Alaikum. What's up, brothers and sisters? How y'all doing on this beautiful Monday morning? This episode number 19 of Outside of the Box Thinking. On this series, I share with you the thoughts that most people don't want to talk about because either they're not thinking about it or it's not on top of heart, on top of mind. Either way, I'm going to share you mine. This message is fine and divine, so just sit down on your behind and let this message from the top down to the base of the spine flow. Here we go. This is episode 19, and I want to share with you why I invest in crypto technology, the blockchain, digital currency, however you want to call it, the top dog, Bitcoin, and which one you should invest in. It's up to you. This is not financial advice. This is purely just me sharing this entertainment and advice, or not advice, information, and how I've gone about this whole journey myself. So let's just dive into it. The time when I first heard about digital currency, Bitcoin, blockchain technology was over about 9 or 8 years ago. In 2017, I got home from living in the Bay Area. I was living in the Bay Area working on a project with Apple, which was an amazing project in itself. I learned a lot about myself, a lot about the world around me, and being able to experience Big Sur. Whew, beautiful. If you haven't been to Big Sur, I highly recommend y'all check it out. But yeah, I got back from Cali. I had a job offer doing, how do I say this without giving too much information away? I was mainly working on ERP, CRM technology for financing, the financial sector, mainly for, and accounting for Fortune 800, I would say, companies, mid-tier size businesses bringing in, I would say, upwards of 5 to 10 million, maybe. At that time, I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. To be honest with you, it was just one of those things where you just fake it till you make it. And that's what really life is just faking it till you make it. Most people don't know what the hell they're doing, especially starting out. So that brings me into my point with starting out into crypto, was that, hey, let me know where you're coming in live from. Thanks for liking and sharing and all that stuff. Just gonna say it ahead of time. But yeah, I got back to Colorado because I accepted this job in that field of accounting and all that type of stuff. I think the company that I was about to be accepted on, because I got through the first and the second interview, and as I was getting into the third interview, they said, hey, actually, we don't have any more funding for this position, and we're actually going to be not hiring you anymore. Sorry. That's what they did to me. And I was just thinking to myself, well, damn, this is what it's like to be an employee or aspire to be an employee. I wasn't even employed at that time. I quit my job, moved back to Colorado just so that I can do this position. I was going to stack some paper up. To save up for a house because this position was actually remote. So I was just going to I moved back over to my parents and I was just going to stack that paper, but that fell through. As it fell through, it was 2017, and this is the first time that I experienced a bull market. And when I tell you this bull market was bulling, it was bulling. It was going up crazy. This is the first time I've invested outside of one share of Tesla that I bought early and back in the day, and that's doing pretty well now. But this is the first time I've invested and experienced like trading. Shot up 30%, crashed 5%, shot up 50%, crashed 80%. It was just every day. It was a up and down roller coaster, and I was not used to this volatility. Mind you, not many people are used to this volatility when they first get into crypto. They're just like, oh my gosh, wow, my portfolio was up. And then the next day it's crashing and you're just thinking about, wow, should I sell? I think I should sell. So November, December, January, and then in January, February, I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to throw some money in here and see how this is going to go for me. we'll just see how it goes. Let's. Someone dropped a comment. Let me know where you guys are coming live from. By the way, I would love to hear where y'all are coming in live from, and if you're resonating with this message, this would be great. You don't see too many people who want to be trying to create things and be their own bosses. Maybe because people think inventing things are too hard to do. Yeah, I would say inventing things, especially things that are new, are hard to do. We're all meant to be creators. We create things on a day-to-day basis. You know, you just created that message and just typed it out and sent it to me. I think we're all creators. It's just a matter of like how we choose to create and really put that much mindfulness into it. But that brings me back into what I was talking about. How's it going? Hey, I'm doing blessed. How you doing? But back to what I was talking about. When I invested, it really made me think, like, if you're going to become an investor, especially in crypto, you really have to have your emotions on lock. You have to be aware of what type of environments, people, things are going to trigger you in regards of your day-to-day. Because when you're investing, you're really, it's an emotional roller coaster. It really is. Like, if you see your money going up and you put everything in there and then you see it going back down, most people aren't going to really have the stomach to see their money go negative 80 when they had 100% originally, right? So that's one thing that I would keep into mind. The next thing that I would keep into mind, and why I do it, is because with high risk, you have high reward. It's risky. It's risky to invest in yourself. It's risky to invest in crypto. It's risky to invest in real estate. It's risky to invest your time in the gym. You could injure yourself. There's so much risk that's involved, but there is a greater risk if you take no risk. What I mean is that if you take no risk, you know what you're gonna get back. If you're just gonna sit at home, you know you're just gonna sit at home and stare at the wall, right? But if you go outside, you open that door and you take a step and you just see random people that you come across on a day-to-day basis, that's where you're gonna see the value. That's where you're gonna start to grow. That's where you're gonna start to know new people that can bring new relationships, connections, information, emotions about you. Different thoughts are going to start to bubble up, and that's the beauty about investing in itself, right? So bringing it back full circle into the number 2 point is that high risk, high reward. Get outside, do something, invest your time wisely, especially in crypto. Down to positioning in the future. When you invest, you're really looking out for your future self, opposed to when you borrow from your future self, hoping and leveraging the opportunity that you're going to be borrowing for, and then hopefully investing in instead of spending it. Old me was just borrowing money and spending it. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just happy just to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just happy to have money, because I didn't have any money in my bank account. I was used to just having negatives in my bank account. But once I saw some 1,0,0,0,0s and apostrophes and commas, that's where I'm like, okay, or not apostrophes but commas. That's where I was like, oh, I could spend some money. But that's why I wanted to share with you guys, you know, the importance of investing in yourself, investing in your health, investing in your wealth, because it's all tied together. And as we invest in these moments that we experience on this planet, the depth that we give in that moment is going to reap either havoc or it's going to reap reward, right? So, you know, that's just something that I wanted to share with y'all. The last thing that I want to share with you guys on this takeaway is that there's always going to be rich, unfortunately, and there's always going to be poor. If you guys are familiar with polarity, you're always going to have black, you're always going to have white, you're going to have some type of oppositions, all that good stuff. We all are good, we all are bad, we're human. And that being said, what you can do, which I was leading with on the number 3 one, was that if you have good positioning, you can position yourself to ride up that wave to a higher tier in society on the social ladder, if you will. I don't want to say social ladder, but I want to say that financially you'll be set because you positioned yourself, you positioned your family in a way where technology is advancing at a rate where it has never been seen before. Banking at this level has never been seen before like this. Like I said, you never had a third world country or people that have no internet be able to have access to a bank. So now they can bank. And this whole Web3 is giving a whole new level of connection is in terms of like society to connect with one another so that we can transact value at a much greater and a greater scale and a deeper scale, because the technology is another thing when it comes down to this blockchain stuff. There's of course the investment aspect, but if you're able to, let's just say you have a technology business and then you're building on this platform, you're building, hey, what's going on everybody, thanks for tuning in live. Let's say you're building on this platform, you're going to be able to leverage that technology in itself. It's similar to how I want to relate this to make it relatable for everybody, because I remember when I first was in crypto, I'm like, what the hell is crypto? What does this even mean? And I thought it was a scam until I put my money in it, and then I started to see it go up and then go down. I'm like, okay, hold on, there's something to this. To really get nerdy about it and follow people in the space. And now I'm looking to seek a community of people to do basically the same thing that I did with real estate. I still do real estate investing, but I've been taking a break on that to focus on growing my cleaning businesses and growing my wealth and health portfolio, which is the most important thing. So, okay, I'm just looking at this message here. Okay, so, that's something that I really want to drive home with you guys, is that there's a technological advancement going on right now in the current government, whether you're left or right, doesn't matter. The current government is really focusing on developing this technology. And if you're not happy with your finances, I think this is a perfect place for you to start. Of course, do your own research. Obviously, do your own research. Don't invest, and this is one of Warren Buffett's rules, never invest in anything that you do not understand yourself and that you can teach to anybody else. So I'm going to start sharing with you guys my journey, because if I don't understand this enough to teach it to you, then I shouldn't be investing in it. I should not be investing in it. And the best way to really lead is by example. We practice what we preach, and I truly appreciate y'all, vibing with me here today on this morning. I'm gonna hop in the gym and get my workout in. I apologize for the cutout of the video earlier. My phone overheated, but we're good to go. It's time to just live in the moment with this workout. I really hope y'all get your workout in, because it's gonna be a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.